Hey guys, it's Brandon, aka B.Rich Beauty, aka your beauty best friend. And I'm bringing you a new episode of What's in Your Bag with one of my favorite makeup artists and friends, yes, you, Gregory Arlt. So let's get this party started. Let go. All right, guys, so I have the amazing, the red carpet master himself, the beauty exorcist, the Gregory Arlt is in the house.
Literally, I'm in my house, but
I'm in my house.
Your house right now. Yes.
I'm with Whitney.
Yes, you are. And you know what? With me, the buck stops here.
It does. And
oh,
you know,
dear. Oh, dear.
You have $2.
I do, and that's about all I have left right now with this pandemic.
Well, I don't know about you, but my buck has been spent. So for those that may not know you, Gregory, I know why I love you so much, but can you give us just a little snippet about who you are?
I like long sunset walks to the refrigerator.
Yeah.
I am. I'm only serious. No, I'm here. I'm born and raised in Los Angeles. I'm a rare native. I'm
really
all my life. Yes, really rare. I was actually born in Inglewood, California.
Inglewood?
No good.
Can't help it. I'm sorry.
And as you should. If you didn't say it, I would have. And I actually grew up in Westchester, which is a small little suburb, like right when you're landing at LAX.
Yeah.
Right when you're about the touchdown, look over to your right, there's my house. So
wow.
I grew up in suburbia, but now I live in the big city.
And you have been in the industry for how long?
Oh my gosh. It almost doesn't want to come out. I literally started doing makeup in 1989, so 31 years, which is so weird because I'm like 27.
I know something about that math doesn't add up, or does it?
Well, it exceeds. Yes. So I did start as I was in my teens, I'll put it that way.
Listen, I love it, and I love you, and the fact, for those who may not know, I know Gregory because of MAC Cosmetics, and yeah. One of the things I love about working for the company that we do is we make friendships and family ships by working here, and you're completely a part of my family and my beauty family and my friend circle, and you know how much I love you. Before we start, what you sipping on over there?
It's really this highly illegal water. And it's like literally the most generic water ever because they were out of my normal brand because, it's 3-something here in the afternoon, which doesn't mean anything other than
after 5 my time.
Thank you. Normally I'd be diving into that, but I'm actually going to try to weirdly pretend that I'm health conscious today. And I'm going to go hike after this. I'm going to hike.
Oh, bless your heart, sugar. Cheers.
Bless my love handles. Cheers to you.
You know what I really want to know, because I'm nosy child. What's in your bag?
Oh my God. With these two under my eyes, a lot. A lot of sodium, a lot of Chardonnay.
Oh,
no,
Chardonnay who?
Chardonnay. You know what, Brandon? So yes, 30 plus years in the industry. And it's funny because I've been with MAC for 27 of those years. Because
you did start as a teen.
I was 22 and that is my final offer.
Okay.
But I was 22 when I started working for MAC. And it was so funny because, we as we are out in the world and literally traveling the globe, as I once did before
pre-Rona,
correct, BC. I have always been obsessed with beauty and products, and it's interesting because working with MAC, it really is a one-stop shop, as you know. I mean, every single thing I could possibly ever want or need, I can get from MAC.
Right.
With that being said, I would always be fascinated going to, like when I was in Asia, any Asian countries like Japan, Taiwan, Korea, Philippines, they'd be like, oh, do you want to go sightseeing? I'm like, I want to go to the pharmacy. I want you to take me to your beauty supply because I want all the sheet masks, all the lash products,
all the softening lotions, everything that's going to make me look like I'm 12.
Every single one. I'm still trying. I mean, I am 75 this year, so.
I can't take you, Benjamin. You know, Button, that is.
Okay. Benjamin buttoned up. So so many things are in my bag. I mean, I would love to talk to you about what's in my like red carpet beauty bag and also what I use in my own personal bag if you want.
I would love to know what's in your red carpet bag because we're going to talk about your resume in a minute. But I would love to know what are the top 5 things that we need in order to be red carpet perfect, whether it's a physical red carpet or the couch or just when outside opens back up and we are going to a party that we want to show our best red carpet self.
I always start with this guy, Fix Plus. Fix Plus. Iconic,
man after my heart.
Product. I'm a rose guy. I love the rose because I think, here's why I love this product, literally. And so it was really funny because Fix Plus was kind of a slow burn for me. I remember when it first came out, I was kind of like, I don't really get it. You know, I didn't really understand. There were very few facial mists, etc. But what I love about this, I call this the FBI, okay? Because you know it's going to find some dry, dehydrated skin that a lot of people don't even know they have. And as an artist, you know, you're working on somebody. I mean, again, I don't even want to say pre-COVID because, I mean, I would use my hands a lot, my well-sanitized hands.
Right.
You know, start getting moisturizer in there. And they're like, yeah, I just moisturized, I exfoliated. And this, to me, is the FBI because, like I said, you think, okay, well, your skin feels great. And then you put foundation on and then it looks like granola around the nose.
Like,
right.
Exactly.
Flip it and reverse it, literally. So this I'll spray on because of all the ingredients, which really help to, I always say, prep, plant, I can't even say it. Let's, drunk. Prep, prime, and plump.
Yes.
Plump up that skin, plump up the jams. So I love using this. I always do a really fine mist all over, even the décolleté. I mean, it's places that I'll be putting makeup on the skin or product on the skin.
But I love mine in the travel side. I just refill my travel sides. So I have one in my fanny. And when I'm out and about, I miss my legs, especially if I'm wearing shorts during this time of year.
Excuse me, mister.
Yeah, hello. So that way they're nice and glowy and hydrated. You're not going to catch me, Ashley. Cash me. Apparently I'm drunk too. I'm like, you're not going to cash me, Ashley.
Come on, Ashley Simpson. Now.
Cash me outside.
I also have to say that, you know, I'm a big fan of brightening. So oftentimes I will use the Glam Glow Bright Eyes. Okay, this is literally love. We love seeing
I went to buy that the other day and they were sold out. I can't wait to hear you talk all about this.
Well, you know, I'm going to kind of jump around a little bit because, of course, you know I love Strobe Cream, right? So this reminds me of like a little bit more of a more full-bodied Strobe Cream. You know, maybe Strobe Cream before she went hiking. Like just a little thicker, a little fuller. It brightens, it tightens, and it rightens. Okay, so that's what I love about it.
Let me just sip to that soundbite alone. It's just sippable moment.
Oh, meanwhile, I'm like, it's a tappable moment for me.
Tap tap on wood.
Tap tap tap. Watch. See, it gives a nice little glow. But when I'm using it on a client, I really do get right up under the eye as well, and then a little bit in the orbital bone because it'll kind of instantly brighten, which I love, and it does. It doesn't compete with the makeup that I put on afterwards.
Now, Gregory, are you using it to prep the skin like as the eye cream, and then you're doing a little on top for that extra glow and flush? What is your beauty carpet, your red carpet secret here?
It's kind of, yes, the answer is yes. I'll do both. I oftentimes will do both. Sometimes I actually will use the Strobe Cream on the skin after everything is done because I find that it's like just a lighter texture. So the Glam Glow is a little bit heavier. So I like it a little bit more as that nice like pre-drink of water, you know, for the skin. This to me will sit kind of harmoniously with the makeup.
Just not to name drop, but to name drop, is there a particular client that you work with that loves the Strobe Cream effect?
Oh my gosh.
That we may know?
So many. Well, it's really funny because one of my very, very long-time clients is the lovely Michelle Trachtenberg, who you might remember from, she was on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. She was in Ice Princesses when she was a wee child. She was in a lot of like kids movies, but has done a lot of things in her adult life as well. And we are just like strobalicious. Like I strobe her up. I use it. And it's funny because I will sometimes use it on the lovely Dita Von Teese, who usually prefers a very matte finish, but I will use it on the legs. I call it my liquid stockings.
It is. Oh, that's such a good tip.
Liquid stockings, yes, yes. And it really just makes the legs look expensive.
Now, you've mentioned Dita Von Teese, and I know that you've worked with a lot of other people that we probably know in the industry. What's the Gregory Arlt touch? If I was to look at someone, I'm like, oh, that's Gregory's makeup.
It's so funny because it depends on who you ask. I think it's the eyebrows. That's always been sort of my signature because I love.
Hence your brows.
What?
Hence your brows.
You know.
Mm-hmm. We see you in those brows.
I mean, they have to. I mean, my brows are a good shape. They're just very, very pale. So I fill them in. But I love a really like. When I would draw and doodle as a child and still as an adult, I would always draw an eyebrow and a perfect little cat eye. And I think that if you look at any of my clients, you'll see that the brows are very well groomed. Even if we're doing something a little bit more messy, which is kind of rare because most of the women I work with are very sort of pristine and have a very sort of,
signature look.
Signature look, right. Skin is, to me, the first page of your book. And it's going to look the best. And I think that I'm going to kind of throw a couple things your way. So foundation wise, I look at foundation like Starbucks. Okay. You've got to have a tall, a grande, and a venti. This is my face and body foundation, which is a staple in my kit.
Emoji hands. Yes.
Emoji hands. Yes, exactly. I can't do it because I have another product. Well, I just gave a little reveal, but face and body, and I love Pro Longwear Nourishing Waterproof Foundation. But I know the way I do foundation, you kind of have to be a board certified chemist. It's like a little like an Italian woman cooking a sauce, like a little bit of this.
No recipe.
No recipe. I use the force. Like I'm very I'm not forceful, but I'm like using my Jedi mind tricks. You know what I mean? Like just kind of feeling what's supposed to happen.
It's your all tuition.
All tuition. I'll take it. And we're not talking about what I owe in college.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. So this is sort of like, I know I'm going to really confuse your followers, and I hope I don't. I'm going to be very specific about this, but this is my trifecta of success. Okay.
Okay.
Face and body, which is a really, really sheer coverage. I love the Prep and Prime Essential Oil because I put one drop into any foundation that I use, because it really, as you probably know, of course, but it adds a skincare element to the foundation, and it kind of extends it. It kind of pulls it into this really beautiful space because the Pro Longwear Nourishing Waterproof Foundation is very heavy on its own, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
It really does provide a full yet cushiony coverage. But when I do like 3/4 of face and body, a little drop of this and a little drop of that, it just turns into this magic wonderland of fabulousness.
That sounds so yummy. It's like the best and most tasty recipe for skin.
And you can add a little of her in too if you want, a little strobe cream.
So here's what I was gonna say. We've talked about the Glam Glow Bright Eye, the Strobe Cream, the essential oils, then face and body. How do you find the right balance so it doesn't slide right off your face?
Very good question. So I think where this comes in, the Pro Longwear Nourishing Waterproof Foundation is kind of the Velcro to it all. It's really going to give it that that adherence, but I like to shear it down. It doesn't compete with the formula. It actually works with the formula. So,
perfect.
And also too, you can, of course, powder, you can set it with a little bit of powder. I like the Mineralized Skin Finish Natural, of course, because it looks like skin. And, let's red carpet, it's the skin.
So you've been around a while and you have so much experience playing and concocting with so many different looks. Is there one look in particular, especially as it comes especially as in regards to red carpet beauty? Is there anything in particular that stands out to you as like your favorite all-time look that you've done, and on who is that on?
Wow, it's like I feel like it's Sophie's choice. You know what I mean? Like trying to choose the favorite child. I think
Right.
that working with the amazing Gwen Stefani, of course, has been a dream come true on so many levels because she really is not afraid to take chances, and she really loves to evolve her look and try out new things. And I feel she's probably more of a risk taker when it comes to hair and to clothing. And with makeup, though, we have jumped around and really have been able to try some beautiful, very beautiful and very iconic looks. And I think that, when you close your eyes and you think of Gwen Stefani, you think of like platinum hair, brows, cat eye, and a red lip,
Red
right?
lip. Yep.
Always. But I have to say, I really love when we do a pale lip, which was, I think she was a little nervous about it at first because she's so identified with her red lip. And I think to have that moment of just trust and evolution. And so I think doing those kind of looks, and then of course, I think for me, one of my favorite, I mean, again, it's hard to say that, use that word favorite, but I think doing Angelina Jolie for the cover of Vanity Fair was one of my favorite
I
shoots.
was hoping you brought that up
I did.
because that was such a beautiful cover. And I'm sure that as an artist, that's probably one of those moments where you're like, I did that.
There was, I mean, it still is a pinch me moment. And it's funny because, I don't have, people always say, oh, who do you want to work with? And who's on your bucket list? Well, I call it my blush it list and Angelina Jolie was number one on that
Wow.
list. Only because I have always been fascinated by her beauty. I'm literally internal and
Incredible.
external. I mean, she looks like the most flawless alien, and she's just got this incredible face. And I always was. I'm also really drawn to people by who they are, and
Mm-hmm.
public persona. I mean, she's a humanitarian. She really, is very politically astute, and I thought
Yes.
that was very attractive. Not to mention her gorgeous face. So when we started working together, and I got the call about the Vanity Fair cover, that was like a brass ring moment because we all want to see our work on a cover or see your work in a cosmetic campaign or
Yes.
both. So that was a very fun and incredible experience.
No, she's one of those people where I feel like you just did this, like, whoosh, you're done.
There are those blow on a brush people. She's one of them. Like
What was
she's
that process like conceiving the look, collaborating on that?
when you do a Vanity Fair cover shoot, it's like nothing you've really experienced before. And I've done, thankfully and gratefully, so many different covers of
Right.
magazines in my day. This was literally shot at the Warner Brothers Studios back lot. It had this old Hollywood vibe, number one. It was at a huge soundstage, literally. And it looked like you were walking into like a Barney's, like just clothes everywhere. I have never seen more clothes and options on a shoot in my history of life. And I've
That
worked
is
with some
awesome.
very fabulous women, right? So that's kind of amazing. And then, of course, everyone knows Angelina Jolie is an incredible actress, but she's also a director and she's a filmmaker. And they wanted to really kind of capture this essence of old Hollywood, like have her be like kind of play the part of the star, but also the director. And so
Mm.
that was fun. I love a theme. I'm a method makeup artist, and I love that. So it was interesting because she really does wear red lipstick beautifully,
Yeah. Yeah.
as you
Yeah.
can imagine. Her skin is absolutely stunningly beautiful. I literally,
Not
on the
one
cover,
for.
I couldn't find one. I looked, couldn't find one anywhere. Yeah, and like just kind of having that moment of like mixing foundation with strobe cream to get that skin luminous and delicious. And I used all cream products. It wasn't like shadows and powders. It was very creamy and dreamy, and and then kicked a little bit of like black line, but I put a little shadow with it so that it had a softness to it. which was just all of it was juxtaposed beautifully by a matte red Ruby Woo, honey.
Thank you for sharing that with us.
You're welcome. Anything for you.
What's number 5?
Oh my gosh, Ruby Woo. You think I'm kidding. My 2 favorites, I think my 2 favorite lipsticks for the red carpet, for sure, Ruby Woo and one named after you, Lady Danger.
Do you only mix those together? Is that your go-to cocktail for a good fiery red?
I don't usually mix them together. What I've done is, I mean, there's so many lipsticks, right? But I have to say Ruby Woo really is the little black dress of makeup. It really works on every skin tone. Of course, you can like alter it with a pencil or what have you, but it's just unapologetic.
Right.
That's what I love about Ruby Woo. And what I love about Lady Danger, I'm really into orange reds right now. And I love it. Just almost looks 3-dimensional.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Love it. No, I'm just agreeing with you. I love a good orange red, especially on a deeper skin.
No, speaking of deeper skin tones, many of my clients are women of color, and I love using bright lipsticks on a deeper skin tone. It's one of my favorite, and deep, but I love a dark lip. So one of my clients that I work with quite a bit is Danai Gurira, who's on The Walking Dead, and of course she's in
Black
Panther.
Yes.
And oh my gosh, we have done some lip looks on her, and I love it. Those are my kind of red carpet staples.
I love your insight, your red carpet staples. And what's so unique and I think easy about your red carpet staples are these are probably products that we already have in our makeup bag.
All of you do.
Or products that we can easily grab for our makeup bag that can instantly take us from couch to kitchen. No, I'm just joking. From couch
on the way to the freeway.
Yes, absolutely. Especially, one of these days we'll get back outside, and it's a nice, easy way to change up the look and make you feel like you're on your own personal red carpet.
Like, I really do, especially for red carpet, I gravitate more towards neutrals. I gravitate towards what's found in the skin, and I think that's what.
Pause right there, because that's a sippable moment. What's found within the skin. And I think that's something as makeup artists we realize that when you extract the colors that exist naturally in the skin, it shows up to be the person's best authentic self, but it's oftentimes hard to understand that can be your avenue of like great makeup.
I do always consider myself a beauty exorcist. I like to pull the beauty out of somebody and just come on now. And just respect who they are. I mean, I think my philosophy as a makeup artist is always to allow somebody to look and feel like the A+ version of themselves.
Absolutely. From me to you, you've done your job. Well done. I'm a beauty fan of your work and of you as well. Back
at you. You have no idea how hard it is not to reach through this computer and give you a big old hug and sip of your wine.
I'll get you your own glass. We got the Corona going on, but I'll take the hug.
No, you are amazing. I am so proud of you. I am so proud of everything that you're doing. I've watched your YouTubes. You're such the host with the most.
Oh, you're so
you're
kind.
Just fabulous. So
I love you. I do.
On. Love you much.
All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed our conversation with the amazing Gregory Arlt. You can find him on Instagram at Gregory Arlt. Until next time, if you love the video, like the video, leave me a comment, but most importantly, subscribe.
Subscribe.
Until next time, yes. Until next time, Gregory, I love you. We love you.
I love you right back and your left front.
Yes, darling. Cheers, guys. Take care of yourself and wear a mask. Bye.